Hello, Aquarius. How are you? This is Mary Ellen. Welcome so much to your visit. Very glad to have you here at Moonrise Cottage. Sorry, I got a little tongue-tied. My guides were streaming. It interrupts my my train of thought. Aquarius, goodness gracious, look at this journey that you still have going on. Whoo-wee. You have, you are, you will be. All three are true, my guides are saying. You will be stepping deeper into your destiny. If you're new to my channel and you haven't seen the readings from the last number of months, please go hopscotch back through them. It's important foundation information for this reading. So, also if you're new, the first card out is this one. That's the theme that my guides want to talk about. That's the Three of Wands. You're taking a new journey with somebody in the full light of the sun, lion-hearted love. You're standing in front of the water element with this love, this lover, soulmate, quantum generator, my guides just said. The old term used to be twin flame. You know, nothing against anybody, but it's incorrect, and it's a lack of full understanding of the experience. These kinds of meetings are because we're stepping into 4D and 5D, and that's what it looks like, feels like, acts like, okay? So maybe we'll talk some more about that. But just so you know, there's a yin-yang situation going on, either inside of yourself or definitely with a partner. And you're causing each other to grow and change. The male energy in the equation is having some transformation, and the feminine is growing. We can't see what's going to happen in this journey, but you've joined yourselves together, and you're going to leap forward. Your ship has come in. You're standing on the port. You're just waiting for it to come in to dock, and you're getting on that ship, and you're heading out together. So I think what we're talking about is the continuation of your journey in that way, actually, because you've been on this journey for a long time. So this is the card that indicates your energy. This is the Justice card, the balancer of harmony. That is the goddess, thank you, Spirit, the goddess Elena, who... Did you see how she's been slit open right down the central meridian in her balancing process? That's the card that would indicate Libra or air energy. So Aquarius, some great reckoning is continuing to take place. Her job, her mythical job, is to help seafaring vessels find their way into the port, into safety. So you're working with this energy. You're working really hard, I think, on your relationship. My guides are correcting, it's really interesting. They're talking about the difference between working really hard and actually being present in a balanced way, because you've done your work, which is what enables you to make this kind of a connection. You're going forward. The intention is set. I love it. So, on that note, my guides are being very formal this morning. On that note, we're talking about you going deeper into the spiral of your existence. There's a change happening in the relationship and inside of you, of course, because numeral 5 is always about change. So you're going deeper into the spiral during the month of April. And Aquarius, oh gosh, I do so many readings. I think this next card has shown up before for you. That's from the Animal Medicine deck. The spiral is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. So if you just look at all the cards that you can see on the table, I'll put this one right here if I can. Just discovered the other day that I can do this. I'm very happy about it. So look at the Oracle cards and the other cards that are on display. Let's see if that works. So Whale is about you rising to the surface in your life. And whale medicine is thought to be telling stories about people who arrived here from the dog star, Sirius, and went under the ocean at some point. There's sort of a long story. In the essence of it, it's about people who carry the Akashic records or some very intricate amount of the library. Sorry, it took me a minute. The whale is the swimming library. So that part of you, those DNA codes, those light codes, are being turned on because of the relationship that you have with this sacred other. They're taking you deeper. It's causing you to go deeper into the spiral of your existence over time. So the spiral, yes, we understand it, but we're talking about travel through time, across dimensions, deeper into the alchemy of life. So whale medicine people are often very clairvoyant. They can communicate on using frequency. So that thing that you hear about quantum partners and people say twin flame, soulmate of some significant kind, you probably have telecommunication with this person. You may be able to transport yourself, but definitely you communicate based on the frequencies. This is why my guides talk about quantum partnership. So it's the frequency of life, the frequency that you carry. Something is being awakened within you and it's coming to the surface. I will go into that deeper in the extended reading, which I forgot to say. All my extended readings are going to be on Patreon. I'm asking everyone to please come support me there. It's $3 a month, and you'll be able to see every extended reading for every sign. It's so cheap, it's ridiculous, but I really want to build out this community, and I want to make it available for everybody, if at all humanly possible. Okay, gang? So, speaking of the spiral and the whale, and you and your sweet love, look at that. My guides just said, that's what we're talking about. That's the star card. That's you melded to the universe. Looking in both sides across the veil. You and your I am consciousness, firmly rooted here in this earthly environment, but you are of the universe. That's why whale shows up, the spiral shows up, all these other things. So that this row, if you're new, this is factors of your human experience. This is your energy in the month of April. That's what the guides want to speak to you about. So when we think about whale medicine and the way they can communicate with sound, with their voice, so to speak, and with microtones of frequency that the human ear cannot pick up over a very long distance using the conductivity of the water element. Look at that. Do you see how you reflect yourself? Beautiful Aquarius. Something very mystical is pulling you very deep, and it's taking you down to the deep, and you're rising back up again. That is the card for the throat chakra. You're communicating with somebody. Please leave me some messages and let me know. Okay, we'll go deeper into this again in the extended reading. And because of all this energy, that is from the Journey of Love. It's a numeral 26. It's an infinity moment. So we've got 2 5s. That's actually a 6. That's about love energy. And a numeral 8, the guardian of the soul family. That's why you're raising yourself up, coming up to the surface in this way. You're just literally melded to the universe in the month of April. It's really exciting, very exciting. And by so doing, this is you as a human, pardon me, wielding the energy of whale. It's a prophecy about love energy coming off the water, floating the sacred cauldron of all existence. That is Semius, the sacred goddess, the chanting one. She is casting her intentions, her manifestations. She's bringing forward, she's activating the sacred cauldron of all existence to bring forward what is meant to come. She's manifesting her desires. Whoops. As the Ace of Cups, my darlings. So while you're in this balanced position, you are actually this. You are both things at once. It's very exciting. All right, Spirit, and look. This is really intense. That's the World card. Something has ended. This cycle has ended. I think that's why sorry, I'm doing this in a new way, and so I haven't quite mastered the light coming off the window. So there you are, the World card. Kundalini awakening from the crown chakra all the way, root chakra to the crown chakra. that breastplate is about the petals of wisdom that you're going to pick up over the next year. You've reached some kind of a station, which is why you have surfaced now. There's been a process, a very deep process going on. Now you have perfected the energy. You're able to sing the whale songs. You've gone very deep into the spiral to protect your soul family. And you've finished this cycle. That's why you're taking a journey. Together, you're moving on. You're going to the next level, if you will. I'm not a fan of those kinds of words, but sometimes it's hard to communicate the energy that's coming out. So this placement right here is the energy, the frequency, the situation, the causation. What connects your human life and experience to your soul contract? That's what we're all here to talk about. My guides just said, look, the Magician, of course. What else? When we see this kind of placement, my guides said, put it all across all three, which I can't really do, but look at that. The Sacred Magician. So it's the male energy is being cared for by the Sacred Feminine, okay? In order to bring this forward, it's interesting. My guides are talking about this card. So we see the feminine, she's growing. The male is still in transition. So we're not talking about sex assignment, we're talking about energy, okay? Just so you know. So you and your sweet one are going deeper into the mystery of this connection, whatever it is, because it's really, really deep. Very mysterious. You may not have figured it out yet. When you meet a soulmate, a quantum partner, people call it twin flame, it is meant to stimulate the circuit of existence. Your cells vibrate because of the frequency coming off of each other. Your soul did not snap in half. I promise you, you're here as a whole sentient being with your own frequency. When you meet your quantum activator, there are going to be many of them now. I have 4 or 5 what people would call twin flame relationships right now. They are quantum activators in my life. Some of those relationships are easy. Some of them are really difficult. And it drives me crazy, but the love is the same all the way through. So the love that you're experiencing for this person is the magic in the mix. And your will center is highly activated. The male principle that brings forward the activation. Okay, my guys are correct. Hang on, they're correcting me. They're telling me I'm not saying the words right. Okay, I think the thing that all of you know, right? The Sacred Feminine is the universe. All possibility resides within the Sacred Feminine. It's the most powerful force in the universe. That energy is generated by the Sacred Feminine. All possibilities. The shimmering universe. When something is meant to manifest, it is the feminine that brings it forward. And then the energy is handed to the sacred male in order to create what is meant to come into form. Thank you, Spirit. So don't be offended. You know, words are words. Words can be a little challenging. I'm trying to get across to you the concepts, okay? There's something very beautiful going on, Aquarius. It's been happening for a long time. See me? Can you tell that I'm a Virgo? I have to straighten everything. Okay, let's see what's next. Yeah. So there you are, the two of you, melded with the universe, rooted here on the earth in order to manifest the perfection of your energy to bring a change to the world. That's what we're all here for. I'm here to talk to the community of people who are interested in this idea. That's the magic in the mix. So something is being handed, do you see this, to the Sacred Feminine, the balancer of harmony. So when you look at my readings, always look at the diagonals, look at the columns, and look at how the rows stack up, and you'll understand more deeply into the reading. So that's the Emperor card, a very sacred place with which to do, my guy just said, your duty. So the Emperor in this deck is the keeper of harmony, sacred male energy, bringing forward new growth, new life. The male in the equation transforming a lot in the soul contract of its own entity and in soul contract that's bonded with the sacred other that you obviously have found. So that's what looks like a chessboard, right? So we're talking about the game of life, the strategy that's used to do your life and to be a benevolent, loving leader, not to be rigid and interested in power in order to dominate. No, no, no. This is the keeper of harmony in the soul family. That's why you're evolving that way. Okay? So let's see what else the guides have to say to you, beautiful Aquarius, about this incredible journey and transition that you're experiencing. Spirit, can you give us some more information, please, about Aquarius's beautiful journey? Yeah, okay. So, look. The sacred feminine in this equation is doing a lot of manifesting. Both of you are, actually. And when you reach these type of energies on a soul level, we know that you are irrevocably changing your lives for the betterment of each other and your family, whatever that may mean. And I think I'm very curious to know, we'll get some clarity in the extended. I'm curious to know what it is about the soul family. So there we go. Check it out. The Lover's card. In this deck, it's the Lover of Devotion. So because of the way you are, Aquarius, because of the way you are transforming, shifting, changing, all these things, you will only take this journey with someone to whom you can devote yourself. So I think the two of you know the kind of journey that you're on. Obviously, this is the Eight of Wands, the elopement of skill. In this Celtic Wisdom Tarot deck, I believe more infinity energy. It's a story about two lovers who were, the lady, the woman, the feminine, was being held hostage by a king. He intended to marry her, so basically he just kidnapped her. Plucked her out of her life, held her hostage. These two were in a banquet hall. The king was there. There was some kind of a wedding or a ceremony. Something was going on. She had to go through a very rapid cycle transformation. And there was a lot of hijinks going on. So you might be having some challenges, or the feminine in the equation might be having some life challenges while this comes forward, which is maybe why we see the feminine coming into balance, the balancer of harmony. So be patient with each other. Allow the energy to do its job. It's a situation of allowing. Be very loving. Be as patient as you can be. She did have her transformation. She then was able to use her own power to go and grasp her lover. They ran to the fireplace, stepped literally into the fire, ascended immediately out through the chimney, turned into swans, and flew away. And in Celtic mythology, swans mate for life. And there are a lot of really powerful love stories that take, my guides just said, that take that turn in this kind of mythology. So you're working on a soul level. The male part of the equation has brought this energy in this relationship into the highest order of male power as the emperor. My guys are talking about the Hierophant. Basically, the discussion is kind of along this line. That, well, one could be considered more powerful than the other, but only in certain cultural situations, blah, 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 blah. They talked like that. Sometimes. So, basically, benevolent male, my guys just said, acquisition of power. Something's happening. It might be that the feminine is the quantum activator for the male in a way that causes you to grow together in a spiral. Thank you, Spirit. I'm surprised that the Wheel of Fortune is not here. And you each take your turn at your growth. And I think that your sacred bond is very clear to each of you, and the journey that you're on, thank you, Spirit, that's it, in the month of April is to undergo your change in order to solidify it so that you can come together in a stable, knowing, bonded way using the frequency between you, and it's pulling you deeper into the sacred spiral of life. Yeah, there we go. Two of Cups. So it is about healing. It's about balancing. All the twos are about balancing. We see the full moon. Today's the 23rd, I think, of March. Sometimes I'm so sequestered in my little cottage, I don't even know what day it is. So watch the moon cycles, okay? It's going to be very important for you, or it wouldn't show up this way. This is about Merlin. That is his sister that he's sitting with. They were very devoted to each other. Thank you, Spirit. They were very devoted to each other throughout their lifetimes. And the story goes like this. They were helping each other with their growth. Okay, my guys want to, they're telling me, they're saying, tell them we have a lot to talk about. There's something very specific about this relationship. So, Aquarius says, the guardian of the soul family, your purpose in part in this lifetime is exactly that. And you have found your sacred other because they're part of your soul family. You are feeling a massive amount of love. It's part of what happens when you meet a quantum partner, quantum activator. It might not be about a love relationship between the two of you, but you will feel the same kind of intensity. And you will be drawn like a magnet to each other. You'll feel your cells turn on. You'll feel your physical body change in response to this person. It's a lot to manage, okay? So, again, we see the sacred male undergoing some transition. That's what the blue garment is about. The sacred feminine there holding his hand, dressed in her passion. They are telecommunicating. They're using their frequencies to communicate on the water element through the pull of the moon in the lunar cycle, the tides. And as the water bearer, beautiful Aquarius, water, the movement of water, the movement of the moon probably affects you very deeply. There's a long story that transitions through this deck about Merlin and his fall. My guides just said his fall from grace. Wow. So some of you might be having certain kind of challenge. It might be pressuring your partner to transform, release themselves from your journey. There are a lot of possibilities that could be going on here. So the sacred male, the sacred feminine, helping each other transform, go deeper into the relationship and the spiral of their own existence. Using the frequencies, that's what they're sharing there. There's a commitment that you made before you came here. You and this person have stepped through into this earthly 3D from another dimension. That's what's coming through for me. So Merlin ended up having some serious PTSD. There's a story about his healing and all the aid that he got. So the male half of the equation may be needing some healing, some transformation. The feminine part of the equation needs to free herself from something in order to be with the male half of the equation. So I'm going to leave it there for now. We'll go in the extended on Patreon to look deeply into this. It's a very exciting story. There's magic in the air. Very exciting. All the links for me are below. I offer quantum meditation classes using frequency. The new session is starting on the 2nd of May. I would love it if you would all join us. Aquarius, I would love to have some of you folks there. I don't think we have any Aquarius people in the mix yet in our classes. They take place on Sunday afternoons. Just go to the website, send me a message. All the readings are there. There are an enormous number of offerings on the website, okay? I can't go into all of them, but go there and check it out and mush around in there, have some fun. Aquarius, thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. I very much appreciate it. And Goddess willing, I'll see you again in May.